Bridge House, where Blue Peter, Mastermind, Dragon's Den and CBBC are produced. In the main square of Media City UK is a large screen, but the dominant building is the studios.
The newly created Port of Manchester to become Britain's third busiest port, even though the city was about 40 miles inland. Despite opening in 1894, it was never the commercial success its sponsors had hoped for. The amount of freight carried by the canal peaked in 1958 at 18 million tonnes. The increasing size of ocean-going ships and the port's failure to introduce modern container methods resulted in the volume of freight dropping steadily, and the closure of the docks in Salford in 1984, 90 years after its opening. The canal's water quality has improved in recent years, and there are now several nature reserves along its banks. Locally, increasing populations of ducks, Canada geese, and even swans can be observed. This area of the quays is also commonly used for water sports. Developing areas of the city, with a mix of retail, business and leisure uses. The 21st century ship canal is symbolised not by ocean-going liners, but by giant projects located along the water's edge, such as the Trafford Centre shopping mall, Media City and towering office and residential apartments. The lower reaches of the canal are still busy with shipping, particularly around the Queen Elizabeth II dock at Easton and the Stanlow oil refinery, carrying some 7 million tonnes of cargo, mostly oil, chemicals and grain. But the sighting of a cargo ship in the old Manchester docks area is now a rarity. There are, however, regular sightseeing trips between Liverpool and Salford, operated by Mersey ferries. The Trafford Swing Road Bridge on the right was built in 1892 and would swing open, allowing ocean-going cargo ships to travel to the upper reaches of the canal at Pomona docks. It was the largest and heaviest of the ship's canal swing bridges, weighing 1,800 tonnes. In July 1987, the bridge was listed as a Grade 2 structure, and in 1998, the bridge was refurbished and fixed in place as part of a scheme to widen the road to a dual carriageway, with the new bridge that we are driving on built alongside. As we turn right towards Old Trafford,
the city region's sporting heritage runs much deeper than football and includes the legacy of the 2002 Commonwealth Games, the successful and efficient coordination of which encouraged London to bid for the 2012 Barcelona as the world's most valuable football brand. Old Trafford capacity of around 76,000 makes it comfortably the largest club.
War Museum North is an unusual structure and worth a walk around to get a feel for it. Designed by Daniel Libeskind and opened in 2002. To create the building's design, Libeskind placed a ceramic teapot in a plastic bag and dropped it out of the window. 3 of the broken shards he arranged as a world shattered by war, in a pattern representing the 3 theatres of land, sea, and air war. The message of the museum is stated as "War shapes lives." This is delivered without judgment, the facts and stories laid before visitors, and covers conflict since World War I. The temporary exhibitions are always worth visiting, and there are plenty of activities for kids, and of course a cafe and a shop. White archways, sat seemingly randomly between the main road and White City Retail Park. This was once the home of the White City Botanical Gardens. Trees and plants were brought in from around the world, and the gardens became extremely popular, both with those seeking relaxation and clean air in the city.
तो हाय गाइस, आज हम आए हैं मैनचेस्टर सिटी में टूर करने सिटी सेंटर पे के लिए। तो एक्चुअली 14 साइड डेस्टिनेशन पे जाने वाले हैं हम। तो उसमें मैनचेस्टर सिटी ट्रेन, विक्टोरिया स्टेशन, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड फ्लोर्स एरिया, बहुत कुछ सीनिक डेस्टिनेशन पे जाने वाले हैं। तो इधर ये टोटल टूर है 90 मिनट्स का, और हमने हॉप अप किया था मैनचेस्टर सिटी सेंटर से, और इसका कॉस्ट पड़ा था 1 एडल्ट के लिए 12 पाउंड। ओके, तो चले हम आपको दिखाते हैं सिटी टूर।
Helping to break the Enigma code, played a vital part in the Allied victory over Nazi Germany. This is St. George's Church, which was designed by Francis Goodwin and opened in 1828. It has now been deconsecrated and converted into apartments. The tower is one large apartment of 9 floors.
होटल है, देखिए, दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ होटल इन अ टनल काइंड ऑफ से।
Pound investment in business, infrastructure and transport is flowing into the city, both domestically and globally. Huge multinational corporations, such as the BBC, have already relocated away from London to Manchester. As Manchester's population continues to soar, so does the demand for new high-rise residential developments, including properties that now dwarf Beetham Tower, for years the tallest building outside London. Liverpool Road and the Science Museum stop, which heralds the entry into Castlefield. It is one of the strongest urban landscapes in the UK, a place where the Romans settled in Manchester and where the oldest industrial age canal meets the oldest passenger rail station in the world, on the official navigation for industry in this country. The first building on the left here is the oldest and first passenger railway station in the world. This was the Manchester end of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, which was opened in 1830. The immediate success of the railway meant it was copied across the country and then across the world. The station building is part of the Museum of Science and Industry, which is the next stop for this tour.
7 stories tall. It was completed in 2006 and cost £150 million, split between the Hilton and private apartments. At level 23 is Cloud 23, the viewing bar and top floor of the hotel. At 168 metres or 551 feet, Neatham Tower is easily the tallest building outside London. It delivers a stark, simple profile to the city, although its slender profile from east to west is dramatic, with a ratio of 1 to 10. Bridgewater Hall opened in 1996 and was the first freestanding concert hall built in the UK since 1951. It's the home of Manchester's Halle Orchestra, one of the oldest permanent professional orchestras in the world. Manchester Central Convention Complex is an exhibition and conference centre converted from the former Manchester Central Railway Station. The station was the northern terminus for services to London and opened in July 1880. After 89 years as a railway terminus, it closed to passengers in May 1969. It was renovated as an exhibition centre and was opened by the Queen in 1982. It plays a successful and very important part in city life. It's also host to conferences involving the main British pusher for the Midland Railway Company. On May 4th, 1904, Charles Rolls met local manufacturer Frederick Royce in the hotel. Together, they created the Rolls-Royce Motor Company. Inside Adam Reed's celebrated French restaurant, diners have included Winston Churchill and General Patton. The Beatles were once refused entry because they were dressed inappropriately. The Midland was where David Beckham dated Posh Spice or Victoria Adams when he played at Manchester United. Attention, we will shortly be travelling underneath an electric tram cable. For your safety, please stay seated. Manchester's Central Library opened in 1934. The opening was attended by King George V. Manchester school children before the event were given handkerchiefs printed with the brave words, "Knowledge is power." That remains true today, as does the library's popularity. Following refurbishment and reopening in 2014, there have been around 1.4 million visits each year. The two grandest spaces are the entrance hall, Shakespeare Hall, and the Wolfson Reed Hall. The library hosts exhibitions and events. There's a performance space and a media lounge, alongside specialist business, music, and children's libraries.